Oh, this episode is a little bit of a feisty one. I would say save this episode when you need a pep talk. Save this episode when you need to kick yourself in the ass. Save this episode because I'm going to be doing it for myself, don't you worry. I hope that you take from it what you need. I hope you feel inspired. And I hope that this episode gives you any sort of hope, any sort of push, any sort of inspiration that you need to create the life of your dreams, because that is our intention, ladies and gentlemen, to create the life of our dreams. Let's go. Welcome to the Pursuit of Myself, the podcast. Here we take ownership of our healing. We rewrite the rules, we turn knowledge into wisdom, and we lead our lives with intention. I'm your host, Rayne, and it's my mission to empower you to get back into the driver's seat of your life. Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of The Pursuit of Myself. I am your host, Rayne, and there is a lot that's coming up. Well, I have this message to share, and I get the questions quite a lot. How do you know when you're healed? How do you not react to that? Does this not trigger you? Shouldn't this trigger you? But they're saying this and opinions and rah, rah. I will honestly say this. I have a desire to live a life that is emotionally free, that is out of my head and in my reality. So how do I make that happen? I actually do the investigation. I do the work. If I feel like I'm triggered by something, my question is why? If I feel like I'm pointing the blame at some situation, my question is why? That's interesting. If I feel like I'm judging, I'm like, oh, is that judgment or is that envious? Is that jealousy? Do I want to experience more of what that person has? And it's a choice that you get to make. Do you want to be run by your triggers? They did that. That group is mean. That person said that to me online. This is the opinion that they have. We just don't have the same value. All these things that go around our head. If only he would stand up for me. If only she, you fill in the blank, right? You get the choice to live your life by your triggers, thinking that all this outside thing, if that changed, then I would be better. I would be okay. Or you get to take your power back and say, where the fuck am I in this story? Where am I attaching to this story? What am I making it mean about me? It is a choice. If you want emotional freedom, if you want to get out of the mental chatter and the stories that are running your day to day when you don't even know that they're there because you've been running them for so long in the blame and the I don't fit in and I don't belong and I don't deserve. If you want out of that, you have to make the choice to investigate it. I'm sorry. There's no other way. And unfortunately, what happens is most people wait until something blows up and then they have to investigate because their life just feels like, I don't know who I am. I hate where I'm at. I'm disconnected, blah, blah, blah. And then they have to actually do something about it. Or we could learn in these micro moments. We could start right now unlearning all the things that we thought we needed to be so that we could actually know who we are. That is my big message that's coming through today. You get to decide. You actually get to choose. What do you want? Do you want to live a life where someone else is responsible for your freedom and for your happiness, where you don't take responsibility for your triggers, where you don't take your power back, where you give your power over to everyone else and every other circumstance? Or do you want to take your life into your own hands and lead your life with authenticity and lead your life to where you actually desire? Yes, it takes brave work. It does. Yes, it takes choosing yourself over and over again. Yes, it takes you running into the fire, fucking up, and then getting back up again and running into the fire again. That's what it does take. I'm not going to give you all the shits and giggles here. That is the work. But let me tell you what is on the other side. Emotional freedom is something that you can't buy. Emotional freedom is something that you can't pay someone to give you. You can't blame someone for your lack of emotional freedom. You have to choose it. And in choosing it, you have to do the work. You got to do the investigation. You got to do the questions. You got to do that's interesting. You got to be curious. You got to hold yourself with compassion. You got to drop your shame, investigate your guilt, It's just how it is. If you want in, if that's what you want, that's why I'm here. I'm telling you now, the life of freedom on the other side, you can't even imagine the things that the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, has imagined for you. We can't even imagine the bigness of that our life could be because we won't even allow ourselves to break free from the cage that we've put ourselves in. Imagine if you broke free from that cage and the life that you imagined is like 100 times better than that. The universe is just waiting for you to go, just break free so I can give this to you. Just do it. But we're like, no, I want to stay in my cage. No, I want to stay triggered. No, I want to blame other people for my life. No, I want to use money as the reason why. Yeah, no, right? No, break free from your cage. The reward and the emotional freedom and the abundance and the wealth and the love and the connection on the other side is something that you probably struggle to imagine, but it's there. I see it every day, time and time again, over and over again. I see it, I live it, I coach it, I breathe it, I guide it. I'm here for it. I want bigness. I want love. I want connection. I want peace of mind. I want clarity. I want to be inspired. I want passion. I want intimacy, like deep connected intimacy. That's what I'm here for. So my question to you is this: what are you here for in this lifetime? What are you choosing? What are you wanting? Where are you going to go with it? That's my question to you. And with that, I'm going to leave you with this. If you could bring your whole essence online right now, your essence, your soul, your authenticity, if you could bring it all online, first of all, what would you be a no to? What is your no? What are the things that you are, let's say, putting up with, accepting, entertaining, that you would be a no to if you were living in your bigness and you're living in your authenticity and you're living in your essence? What would you be a no to? And remove all those. Get rid of them. Okay. And my next question to you is, what would you be a yes to? What type of life would you be a yes to? What type of experience would you be a yes to? And I want you to notice your brain, how already it's giving you all the reasons why you can't. That's what it does. But I want you to write these down. Maybe do it side by side, different pieces of paper, whatever feels good for you. But when you see the things that you're accepting that you're a no to on a piece of paper, and then the things that you want on the other side of the paper, I want you to ask yourself, if you truly want what you want, are you willing to do the work to get there? Are you willing to say no to those things that are no longer serving you? Are you willing to be uncomfortable? Are you willing to, take self-responsibility? Are you willing to look at yourself and be like, okay, if I created the life that I'm in right now, if I created my reality, if I created my money story, if I created my relationship story, if I created all these stories, if I did it, then what can I do now to create my new story? What do I have to give up? Are you willing to do it? Are you really, really willing to go there? And it's okay if you're listening to this and you're like, no, fuck that. I'm just going to stay stuck. I'm going to stay in my cage because it's really comfortable here. And I know it really well. And what if I change and my friends look at me funny and they don't want to be friends anymore? And what if I ask my husband for more intimacy and my actual pleasure in bed and he says, ugh, what are you doing? And what if I tell my boss that I'm ready for a raise or more responsibility and he says, nah, you're not? Like the uncomfortable feelings of that. There's so many ways that your mind is going to work out how you can't. But the question to you is, what are you willing to let go of in order for you to live the life that you want? We can't continue to self-abandon our dreams and expect them just to walk in the door. You just can't do that. You can't be mind fucking your way through life going, I know that I'm not happy. I know that I want more. I know that I should be happy, but why am I not happy? And just continuing to sit in it and expect things to change. That is how we ruin lives. That is how we blow lives up. The magic is in doing the work in those micro moments, the self-assessment, the self-responsibility, giving yourself permission to go, what do I actually want? Giving yourself permission to say, what am I really choosing here? If I was to choose me, what would life look like? If I was to be a yes to myself in this one life that we have, what would I be a yes to? And how do I integrate more of that? Because I tell you what, when we are living on a very limited emotional scale of safety, right? You've got your safety marker here, which is sad, and your safety marker here, which might be a bit happy. We live and dance in this middle area of safety. But if you want to experience joy and elation and pleasure beyond your dreams and happiness, we have to be willing to go the full emotional scale. If you're cutting yourself off from feeling grief and loss and misery, then you're also cutting yourself up from the top. You have to integrate the whole part of the human
because we are human. And that requires bravery. It requires self-assessment. It requires you to take ownership over your reality, take ownership over your words, take ownership over your programming and your stories. And I get that can be scary, because this is not about looking at ourselves and blaming ourselves. This is about, how do you take ownership and go, oh, I see you, Rayne. I'm going to see you with compassion, and I want to see you with love. And I see why you maybe made those choices. How do we start making steps, baby steps, in the direction that we actually want to go? We have to see ourselves as a whole human. We have to understand that if we want to know who we are and what we really desire, we first have to unlearn all the things that we thought we needed to be, unlearn all the patterns, unlearn all the behaviors, unlearn all the people pleasing, which how we do that is through our triggers. We do it through our judgments. We do it through our shame. We do it through our guilt. We do it through our shadows. If you want to step into who you want to be, you have to be willing to see yourself and meet yourself where you're at. And then the work begins. We unlearn, we rewire, and we manifest. I hope this very short podcast is enough to give you permission to say, fuck it, I am going to start doing my work, because I'm going to find that piece of me that has been gnawing at my soul for so long. I'm going to give it permission to whisper in my ear and say, you deserve more. Let's have a look at what that looks like. This is your permission slip that you never needed. You hold the keys to your own cage, no one else. Don't let life fool you into thinking your partner, your boss, your money stories, your children are holding the keys to your cage. You hold the keys. It's up to you to find the courage to do the investigation as to what needs to go, so that you can step into your authentic, self-led, credible, expansive, embodied, passionate life. How are you going to do that? If you are wanting support, if this feels like it's something that you are ready to step into, you know where to find me. Comment, find me on Instagram. Let's start chatting. But I'm on a mission to remind every single person that's listening how fucking incredible and powerful you are, and your life can change at any moment. You just have to be willing to take the first step. I'll see you next week.